How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the main channel. Today we're gonna be celebrating the first year anniversary of Persona 5 Royal, as it's been released a whole year ago now on March 31st, 2020. And it's really an interesting subject to talk about because I don't think anybody expected the not only success but also the time period when it came out whole year ago. And this is just kind of just going off the top of my head. I was actually just starting a new job, and then the pandemic happened and just people went on quarantine, so the whole world was just in a state of chaos. And I feel like this game really kind of help out a lot of people that weren't originally going to play the game or maybe didn't have time to play the game. I particularly, for example, just found myself just having a lot of extra time, and this game just really helped me through the entirety of the process of just kind of going through the pandemic and quarantine and just all this stuff going on and everything. And not only that, but it just really a game that I was really excited and hopeful for. I love the first game, Persona 5, and I was just really excited to see how Persona 5 Royal was gonna come out. And honestly, like I said, the fact that it just came out at the perfect time, not only did it really help me as far as like emotionally speaking and just kind of enjoying the game and the experience of it, but it really just actually helped my channel so much on growth and everything. For example, the same year, a whole year ago, this year probably was about like 400 subscribers, probably almost hitting 500 subscribers, and that just triggered my channel to like jump all the way from to at this point now where I'm almost at 2600. So it's just a big process for me. I really love the way that it's just helped me so much, and I really have to thank Persona 5 Royal particularly, because I remember just streaming every single episode and just having a ton of people come by and say hi. In fact, I just want to say thanks to the game, because without it I just would have not met a lot of you guys, and it's just been a crazy for me, just kind of the very few people that I had on the streams. And I streamed a lot before, although again Persona 5 Royal, it was just the first stream that really took off. Like I had a lot of people come in. I remember just going through the ending of Persona 5 Royal and tearing up and just kind of being like, with all these other people just chatting and talking about the game and the experience and everything like that. It was just fantastic, honestly. Like again, game just made so much for me. It changed my life. It changed a lot of aspects of how I experience games, and also just my experience with everybody on YouTube. It's a really personal video for me today because it really just did so much for me, and that's why I kind of wanted to do this almost like a live video instead of just doing what I'm doing now, which is kind of like premiere it, because I really just didn't have the time to do it. But I really wanted to just talk about all the stuff and just talk about how thankful and how grateful I'm for this game, because it really helped me a whole lot. But let's go ahead and talk about the actual game. A whole year later, retrospective review. How did that game perform? How did I like the game, and how did it really again affected my experience on that aspect and everything? So Persona 5 Royal is an interesting game again, because it is not a remaster nor a remake. It's just this weird enhanced version of the original game. It added a lot of aspects to the original core game, which came with new characters, new mechanics, new gameplay aspects, a whole brand new dungeon, and 30 extra hours of story, and as known as the third semester. All of that just really open up the game to a whole lot of new possibilities. Overall, I actually enjoyed the last 30 hours of the game, the third semester, because it really added a whole new experience, and I really actually love both of the characters and what they did with them. However, I do want to say as well, I did enjoy a lot of the new aspects. I feel like some of the older aspects didn't really merge well as they could have with the original stuff. But when it comes to the writing, for example, and the characters, just kind of Kasumi, for example, really stood out as much as it did for other characters. And I actually know quite a bit of people that missed out on the game third semester because they didn't think Maruki was an important character. That's actually something interesting to think about, because if you're a newcomer and you go into a story just kind of wanting to play the new stuff, and not knowing that there's all this additional stuff that you had to do in order to unlock a third semester, it does come into perspective, and it does question the game design, how well your game is designed in order to get new players to instinctively know that there's this additional 30 hours of game that you can get if you were to do certain prerequisites and everything. It does kind of bring that in consideration and question as well. I know some people, for example, they didn't really like Kasumi as a character. At the same time, we have some people on the other hand that really love the new characters, and they appreciated some of the new writing as well. And that's kind of where I fall here. I really love the new writing and everything, but I do feel like some of the new writing doesn't really merge well with the theme or the tone of the original game. I feel like they are so completely different games. And I recently made a video about how I believed the Persona 5 Royal should have been a DLC opposed to being a completely different game. And I really mean that with all my heart. I really feel that in a lot of aspects the game, while being really well made, it also kind of felt really different from the original game. It didn't really kind of flow well. Other aspect that I really kind of felt lacking was the actual, how to say, pacing of the game. Again, because of the new storyline with the old storyline. The old storyline already had pacing issues, so this new game fixed some aspects but also increased kind of like the issue with those aspects as well. Just kind of had this stuff, but let's go ahead and talk about the positive. Let's talk about all the cool stuff about the new aspects of it that I liked, and obviously from the original game and everything. I love all of the characters from the game. I really like how they rewrote Akechi in a lot of different ways that made him a much more sympathetic character, and you actually kind of get to know more about him, what he's about, what happened to him originally, and kind of just like this additional storyline that they added to him really help the character just kind of grow on me a little bit better. Originally, I felt the character was a little bit flat, but Persona 5 Royal really did something good for it. It really helped me a whole lot as far as like liking the character quite a bit more. Honestly, it's a little bit hard to kind of separate some of the new aspects with the older aspects, because besides the third dungeon, there are some activities that you can do. The new city that they added is pretty cool. I love the darts game that they added, the new bar area they added as well, where you can take your friends and have a drink and increasing the stats. All this kind of stuff that they added are life features that really just enhance the aspects of the game. It really does make the game feel better, and I actually quite enjoyed that a bit. I felt like that was a necessary aspects, and a lot of this stuff, they made the traversal of the dungeons slightly shorter, and that makes them again more digestible, easier to go through. I know, for example, a lot of people that had issues with the Okumura Palace on the original game, and now they found Okumura to be an easier palace to go through and a much better kind of traversal aspect of it. Although I just didn't really feel that it was changed enough to kind of merit that kind of compliment. I do see where people are coming from about it. In fact, I do really love a lot of the new aspects of the dungeons. I feel like it was interesting. The grappling hook can be debated. I know some people didn't like it. I know some people liked it. The papaya fruits, who I don't remember what they're called. It's like these skeleton fruit looking things that you find. They're really interesting. I felt like it was an interesting aspect to it. I just found myself just kind of trying to go through this puzzle area to kind of unlock them and get them and everything, and it was a cool aspect to it. I really actually quite liked that as well. I felt like it was an interesting new aspect to add into the game. Did it matter really too much? I don't think it actually did. I think it was kind of in the sense where it didn't really probably matter as much if they added some of these features, but it definitely makes it interesting. On the other hand, I did find the game to be more on the aspect where it's really unbalanced in some aspects. For example, the Kumura Pass, which I just talked about earlier, did have some issues when it comes to kind of the balancing. You could actually get through the fight easier if you changed it to Merciless mode, which is the hardest mode, opposed to playing it on the normal or harder difficulty. It's interesting. It's a weird aspect. I do believe, again, that it's a balancing issue. They never really patched that or fixed that, so I don't think they really felt the need to, but it does bring the question as far as like what is balance, what is imbalance, and so on. Personally, again, I don't really care much for that, but I know some people that really care much for it and more than I do. So I do feel like I have to mention that as well. Overall, Persona 5 Royal again was an interesting new addition to the series. It really, really lovely with the new characters. New characters again, Kazumi and of course Maruki just kind of really made me so happy. I actually quite enjoyed all of the new characters and just kind of seeing Persona 5 Strikers and just kind of looking at the horizon and seeing what's next for Persona 5. Are we gonna see the new characters? What's gonna happen with the older characters? And what direction are they gonna take it? Are we gonna see more of the RPG aspect or the hack and slash? I don't know. To me, when I'm looking back and kind of seeing a retrospective on these games, I also want to see what can we take from these games and kind of move forward to the next games. Because overall, we can always kind of hope to see what the next Persona 5 M or B or D or whatever later they choose for the next one is gonna be. Overall, just again thankful for this game. It was a game that really helped me with the channel and kind of get to know a lot of the new people in the channel. It really helped my channel a whole lot, and overall again I really enjoyed the experience of it. Persona 5, whenever it first came out, the original one, it was a game that I was so excited and so interested in, and obviously this one is also a game that I was really excited and really hyped for it, and I don't regret my purchase. I think that the game did a lot of really good stuff. I think that the game was worth what it was. I know some people and I myself I could have mentioned the DLC debacle and everything, but at the end of the day, it was still a really enjoyable game. It's still definitely a game that you should check out if you haven't already. It's a fantastic game and it deserves to be played. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know your favorite memory with Persona 5 Royal. If it's spoilers, please mark a spoiler tag there. Some people haven't played the game yet, but let me know in the comment below, what is your favorite kind of like moment on Persona 5 Royal, your favorite memory with it? It could be like a stream, maybe you made some friends along the way, like me, maybe there's some aspects of the game that you like. Anyway, thank you so much guys, you have a wonderful day, I'll see you guys in the next video.